My name is Kathleen. I'm an RN with 15 years of random medical experience. I've got a story to share, and I hope you stick around to hear it. A podcast I recently listened to called Maintenance Phase reminded me of these global maps that are a snapshot telling a larger story. If COVID has taught us anything, it's to be skeptical of data. No one data point paints the entire picture of any given phenomenon. Maintenance phase also included another data point, the BMI scale, which most of us are familiar with. I do feel the BMI scale has value as a tool, especially at the farthest ends of the spectrum, the highs describing obesity and the lows describing malnutrition. Taken collectively, the data seems to tell a pretty consistent message. Heavy people are getting heavier. Then we enter the discussion as to why people are getting heavier and what can be done about it. This is me at 30, holding my first sweet boy. I don't think I started out fat. I didn't come into the world obese. I was dragged there with near constant lessons of what I was doing wrong. I'm actually not sure how many times I was flat out told I was fat. Not too many if you want to know the truth. I really don't remember those words being said. I remember being mooed at in junior high. I still hear moo moo cow in my head even now, 40 years later. I remember how I was treated growing up, how I was looked at. It was the unspoken that let me know there was something truly wrong. With my body, yes, but with me. No one chose me for their team. No one wanted to dance with me. If I was in line at the store, other people were free to get in front of me. I couldn't find clothes in my size to buy, so I literally had very little to wear. There are things that are about being bigger that are a trial, like sitting next to someone on the plane, trying to get a seatbelt around me, walking too far. I feel like my story is universal. If you know, you know. By far, my life's journey has been about trying to get out the voices out of my head more than change my body. Let's face it, no matter how many Lizzos are out there, there's always a Chloe. I'm not knocking Chloe, I love her, but give me a break. While diet and exercise may have been part of her transformation, a lot of strategies out there simply boil down to the fact that most of us can't, excuse me, or even just don't want to afford. There's something about what I see in the media that paints an unreal picture. It's not authentic or attainable. This is just my opinion. The fact is, most of us who are overweight have succumbed to pressure to be thin. And how can anyone accuse me of not having willpower? That person lives on another planet. A lot of us who are overweight have tried just about everything. Maybe eating and then throwing up or using laxatives to get rid of it. I did. No matter what I tried, my body doesn't give up a calorie. Not eating, that's super unrealistic. Exercising like crazy. We try different diets, supplements, stimulants, follow whatever scent is on the trail in an effort to lose weight. Along the way, some of us have developed eating disorders, depression, and health problems. And here we are again. What to do? Some of us have a heavy history when it comes to thinking yet again about what being healthy means and getting there from here. The paradigm shift for me was to change my mind. I didn't want to be thin. I wanted to be healthy. Psych News Daily describes it this way. The mind-body connection refers to the relationship between your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, and your physical health and well-being. The connection works in both directions. Your thoughts and emotions can impact your physical health, and your physical health can impact your thoughts and emotions. When all three areas work in harmony, you have maximum health. For many reasons, we may not have grown up learning the tools we need to be our healthiest, whether it was seeing good nutrition modeled, knowing how to exercise, or even how to manage stress and solve conflicts. Luckily, there really are people out there that can help teach us the tools we need to live our best lives. Let's go wild and crazy and start at the end of the day with brain scientist Matt Walker's presentation at TED Conference in 2019. He says, sleep is the most effective thing we can do to reset our brain and body health each day. The CDC recommends adults get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Most of us don't even get close to 7 solid, restorative, consistent hours of good sleep. Busy, frantic, overscheduled days, stress and anxiety about getting it all done, lack of an appropriate sleep environment, drinking caffeine or alcohol, eating late at night, and sleep disorders, just to name a few reasons why. Taking inventory of your sleep hygiene, how well you wind down at night, and how you prepare to sleep can help you sleep better. When you start the end of the day or start the beginning of the day well rested, you're more likely to be able to resist stimulating yourself with carbs or whatever else and stay in that unhealthy cycle. It's hard to deal with stressors and make better food choices when you're exhausted. When you have depression or anxiety, exercise often seems like the last thing you want to do. But exercise can release natural feel-good endorphins and also take your mind off your worries. According to the CDC, regular physical activity is one of the most important things you can do for your health. Being physically active can improve your brain health, manage weight, reduce the risk of disease, strengthen bones and muscles, and improve your ability to do everyday activities. There are things that we can take a look at, like our daily schedules, in terms of getting enough sleep and eating healthy foods. There are a lot of reasons why you struggle with the body, mind, emotional balance. One good start on your journey to better health is to make an appointment with a medical provider, and I'll tell you why. Ideally, a medical provider can be objective but kind and give you sound advice. They have the ability to run tests, help refer you to helpful resources, and prescribe medications when necessary. Together, you can choose the best options to help you achieve your goals, whether those goals include losing weight, avoiding disease, or simply feeling better. If you are able, include your loved ones, friends, coworkers, family. Don't be afraid to reach out to get the support you need. This is me now. Growing up, I learned to develop a dysfunctional relationship with food. I also didn't know how to manage stress, which I still struggle with, or solve conflicts, which I'm actually pretty great at now. I didn't know how to exercise either, which may sound crazy, but I'm here to admit it. I grew up thinking I needed to be fixed. Somehow, no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't figure out how to fix myself well enough to be good enough. We are very hard on ourselves. Because I didn't have the tools I needed to be my healthiest, I had to learn them. I've met a lot of awesome people along the way. Doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, nutritionists, dietitians, counselors, coaches, and friends that have taught me how to do things I've never done before. There were a lot of, well, there were some people I had to leave behind, or at least limit my interactions with. There's a lot of trial and error. Learning is like that, and the struggle is real. For me, I promise, it's not like a weight loss commercial where I'm suddenly cured. It's still an up and down struggle with what I put in my mouth, whether to go exercise, how to handle a stressful job, how to respond and recover when I make a mistake. It's daily choice to be healthier, sometimes minute by minute choice. I'm just not finished yet. The bottom line is, there is a way to help you feel better. It's worth it to keep trying new things. No one thing that works for someone else will necessarily work for you. Accept your power. You are influencing people just by being you. Give yourself a break. Be nice to yourself. You are unique. There's no one else like you in the world. And the world needs what you have, just you, just as you are. If you need help, reach out. There are people all around you in your path that can help. And hooray for that!